Right, I'm back in Kirkby, Merseyside now, which is part of the Knowsley Metropolitan Borough Council. I was here about a month ago looking at some wildlife genocide, but I'm back today because I've had yet another abuse by Knowsley Council, and that's the blocking of footpaths. I'm just zooming in on this. I'm just beyond Acornfield Plantation, just out on the farms. This is as the sign says there, public bridleway, not just a footpath but a bridleway, which horses are meant to have free passage along. And I've been told about a blocked footpath, barbed wire, and attempts to actually improve it in the past. Potato bought with taxpayers' money, which has just been abandoned and left to rot in the grass. The footpath is impeded, and it has been reported and confirmed reported at least 3 times to the so-called one-stop shop in Kirkby town centre, which is a council mouthpiece. People are putting complaints there and obviously notifications to council, but it just seems to be a hub where they can dispose of any complaints and whatever, because no one ever gets back in touch with anyone. So I'm just going to go and inspect this path and film the obstruction. This used to be the old Kirkby tip. Underneath here is millions of cubic metres of waste from Liverpool and Kirkby in the old days. I remember coming across here as a kid. It was smoking away, plumes of acrid smoke. They planted trees on it since then. I would imagine these trees are about 15 years old. And farmer grazer for cattle now. There is a footpath across that field, but for most of the year it's impassable, and any footpath officer attached to the council, anyone with responsibility for footpaths, clearly doesn't walk these footpaths. Right, I've just arrived at this obstruction, which has been in this state for at least 2 years, and the council have done nothing about. This is an offence under various wildlife legislation, countryside legislation, and damning evidence against the council, of course, is this finger post. Now this is a public footpath and a bridleway. If I zoom in on this post here is brand new, and it's been left here, just thrown into the grass, never been in the ground. Obviously the council has brought it along with the intention of planting it, and like most things, half-cocked job, never finished. It's just been thrown to one side and abandoned. I mean, that's a considerable waste of taxpayers' money. It's a disgrace. But getting back to the case in point, this is a public footpath and a bridleway. Now the gate has been vandalised in the past. Now that could be the farmer who's got all these cows here, or zoom in on that stake, yeah, very nice, or it could have been vandalised by kids. But this woodwork on the ground here is part of the fence and the gateway. And what we see here is the original stile, which is derelict. It's a health and safety hazard. It's all fallen apart, and we have 3 strands of loosely fitting barbed wire. Health and safety hazard there for anyone walking, climbing over the stile. The stile's wobbly enough itself, but to be impaled on the barbed wire is another matter. This is just being thrown together, almost definitely by the farmer, because I can imagine he's been trying to keep his cows in the fields. Now he may have been acting in good faith there, but he should have known better than to block the fence in the gateway if it was him. If the council came along and did this, that'd be even more unbelievable. And this is the area where the horses would have went through. There's a lock there, and I'm just going to climb over this stile, take my life in my hands. step onto this. Now this is still the footpath and the bridleway, and as you can see, it's heavily poached by the cows' hooves. Now this is a public footpath, and just look at the state of that surface. This follows an old road that used to cut across the farmland before it turned into a tip called Kirkby Lane. It came this far, and there's a footpath here which we just come where the gate is there. Now this surface has been ploughed up by the cattle, by machinery, and the farmers made no attempt to reinstate it. And of course the council has clearly either knows this and done nothing about it, which is a dereliction of duty to the rambling public, or they've been continued their dereliction of duty by not actually ensuring that this footpath and bridleway is fit to use. Whoever's responsible for this, if they are, amongst a lot of councils have footpath officers who allegedly claim they walk all the footpaths in the year or get volunteers to do it for them, but clearly this hasn't been the case here, or they know about this. My reports are that this footpath has been in this state for over 2 years. When it is wet, it's impassable anyway, because the cows and the vehicles have ploughed it up. This severely wants sorting out, but being Knowsley Council and its rather peculiar way of serving the public, that's very, very unlikely. But again, this footpath obstruction has been reported to the council on numerous occasions by the one-stop shop in the Kirkby town centre, and the complaints just disappeared into the bowels of the earth. Chances are the people on the desk don't even pass it on to the right people. If they do pass it on to the right people, they just look at it and say, huh, Joe Public, what does he know? And it just gets discarded. I know one person who's complained 3 times and requested confirmation that their complaint is being received. Promises, 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 and nothing ever comes back. And of course this obstruction is still here after 2 years, which means they're just literally washing the hands of any complaints. And that's the contempt they have for the people they purportedly allege to serve. So we'll see now, once this goes up on YouTube, how quick they move themselves. If they don't move themselves, it just shows that even with their adverse publicity, the arrogance of them, they just will not move themselves. A disgrace to society, and I don't mind saying that. I grew up in these parts, and one of the reasons I left was because of these atrocities they're carrying out against the people, and they are atrocities. No civilised person purporting to work in public service, or even being on a council purporting to serve the public, would act in this manner. It's absolutely disgraceful, and I have no qualms about highlighting this to the entire world. I wouldn't recommend Knowsley County Borough Council's methods to anyone. It's a third world mentality, third world tin pot dictatorship in all but name. Absolutely diabolical.